windswept vlogger here. It's a blowy one today. Good Friday today, so we are in Littlehampton, just at Morrison's, which is probably about 5 minutes from the site. Interesting journey, although actually the journey was fine, and we arrived at the site at 2 minutes past 1, and there were at least 10 units in front of us. And if you've ever been to Littlehampton before, the Caravan and Motorhome Club site, it's off a road, then there's another short road and straight into the site, then you do a 180-degree turn to get into the site. Now the queue was so long, we were actually queuing onto the main road, so there was like lorries, because I've got the rear camera, I could see lorries that were just squeezing past me. It was shocking really, and this queue just wasn't moving. We didn't get onto our pitch until about 20 to 2, so it's about 40 minutes just waiting in the queue, and we'd already paid, we'd done this, we already paid thing, so there's nothing to say to anybody. So when we finally got round, he said, "Oh, you've already paid? Yeah, go straight in, and when you've settled down, come back and get your barrier key," that old malarkey. So not a great site, great start, should I say. A lot of traffic around here. I know it's Good Friday, but we did come here once. We drove through Arundel, and I needed to turn round, so I turned round, and it was in the bit of road where the Littlehampton Caravan Club site, so we knew where the site was. And then this was about 2 years ago, and it's absolutely chocker. Being Easter weekend as well, but you can't move for cars. It's ridiculous. Anyway, we want to get back to the site before we're 20 past 12. We want to get back to the site before 1, so that we can get onto the site without having the queue. So something to bear in mind if you come in. As we were setting up, we saw Paul and Sarah from Paul and Sarah's Adventures. Paul and Sarah, nice to meet you. For coming for a little chat, we had a little chat, and it was very nice. It was good. It's always good to see other vloggers. If you don't subscribe to their channel, check them out. Paul and Sarah's Caravan Adventures, I think, is the name. I'll put it at the bottom if it's not that. But good to see you guys. So Manny's just popped into Morrison's because we came shopping yesterday and forgot bin bags or something on there. So we had a really nice walk along the seafront this morning, or this afternoon. This morning. It was nice, but a bit windy. As I was walking along, I just stopped to get a coffee, and we just walked along to see the beach huts, and I heard someone, "Graham." I turned around. It was a guy I worked with. Hadn't worked 2 years ago. We were working together. We worked together for 5 years previous to that, and I haven't seen him since then. And he lives somewhere in London, and we worked in London, and he was on holiday in Littlehampton, or just outside. What are the chances of that? I've not seen him for 2 years when we left, and we worked together for 5 years prior to that. Brilliant. Really good to see him. I can't imagine you're watching, Hal, but it was good to see you. Hopefully we'll have some sort of get-together again. We all worked with them at the Ministry of Justice together, so sort of would have been 7 years ago for 5 years. Anyway, Manny's back with the bags. Well, weather looks like it's brightening up a bit. Littlehampton. Been to Littlehampton, went into the town, had a coffee with Paul and Sarah, which is very nice. The weather was okay. My advice, now the site's nice enough, don't come here on a bank holiday weekend. We were going to go to Arundel this morning. Now, growing up, I thought Arundel was actually something from Lord of the Rings, which I think it is. But no, it's a real place, and very busy. We went down this morning at about 10 o'clock, and car parks were rammed. There seems to be quite a bit going on down there. But I think Arundel Castle itself is about £15 each, which we wouldn't pay to get in. So we're going to have a wander around, but we couldn't park. We've kind of broken all our golden rules about caravanning. Don't come away at weekends, certainly don't come away bank holiday weekends, and definitely don't come away Easter bank holiday weekend, because it's the first bank holiday weekend and everybody starts caravanning and motorhoming again, and that is so. I think this site's full this weekend, Little Hampton, and as I mentioned earlier, it took quite a while to get on site. Easter Sunday, happy Easter. Waldens has just walked past and gave me a little Easter egg and a chocolate bar. I did say I don't have any children with me. She said no, that's fine. Anyway, today we're off to Arundel for the second time, hoping the traffic might be better, but don't really hold out much hope. But we're going to just stick with it and go with the flow. We normally go to these places really early in the day, but it's 10 to 11. Anyway, we want to just walk round. Apparently there's some quirky shops there Maddie wants to look at, and let's give it a go. A little bit of the site for you. Yes, I'm holding the camera and driving. Sue me. No, don't. It's private land, right? Finally made it to Arundel, Easter Sunday, and everyone else is at church, I guess. So it's not too busy, and I'm being dragged in antique shops. It's not tat, it's antique. So we just popped up to see the Cathedral. Easter Sunday, who knew there'd be a service going on. Bit off with our timing, unfortunately. It was packed in there, and I'm about to go in there and start filming. Anyway, so one thing to note is car parks here, they use Ringo app, which is good for me anyway, because I've got an app. £1.80 an hour. However, if you pay on the app, it's £2.15 for the app. Why? Why is it more? It gives you the added advantage that when your hour's up, you get a message and you can renew it on the phone without going back to the car. So we get an hour, and if we stay for over the hour, I just renew it for another hour from the app. Top tip. Caravan vlogger. Learn it here. You heard it here first. Where's the what? Can't remember. I'm sure we'll see it once we look up here. I know. Superdrug and that is up there, isn't it? Not super dry. I mean, not Superdrug.